Okay, right now this is my 2007 Honda CBR1000RR, and basically what I did was uh, go through how to change the air filter. So upgrading to a K&N Air Filter. So these are the old filters, so they're pretty decent. It's not too dirty. And here are the new K&Ns. So the '07 uses the cylinder cones versus the other models, the 600RR and the other years, even 1000RR, supposedly use basically just a long, thin filter. So basically the same methodology can be used, just to take the whole thing apart, just a matter of which filter you're going to replace. So 90% of it is the same, so should work for all models if you're looking to do this. So basically I've already done the taking out portion, so basically we're just going to work in reverse. So all the steps should be the same, working in reverse. Okay, so basically what I did was I got this I got a piece of wood here. I just stuck a piece of wood up here just to support this the gas tank here while I'm working over here, or if you want you can have someone just hold this. And now I'll be putting in the new air filters. One thing to notice that the old stock ones have this piece right here that connects. This will not be used in the K&Ns. So it's going to go in straight just like this, face down. Make sure you have a good seal in here. So you want it to be a very tight seal, just to make sure no air leakage or anything. Then you want to install the second one. Okay, so there they are installed. Now what we're going to do is put the top back on, top of the air filter box. So one thing I did that is pretty important, otherwise you might lose some screws, is there's a screw here, screw there, screw there, screw there, and these two screws on the bottom, this one and the one above, which I left in because they're so far down that, you know, if you take them out, you might drop it, and then you're trying to dig and find the screw. So not really worth the hassle. So I would recommend just leaving these in while you take this off. So let's put this back on now. Gonna be a nice snug fit. Okay, so it is on now. So one of the things you're gonna want to do first, just so you don't forget, is originally we had to take this connector off, so let's put that back in. Make sure you hear that click. So this piece can, originally we took off a bracket that was across right here and these two screw holes. So now we're going to put that bracket back on, just for added support. Okay, now that we are secured with the bracket, now next step is we are going to put in all we have six of these screws that we took out for the filter. So we're gonna go and put these all in. All right, almost done here. Hopefully by now you fast forward this boring part. And most important, very important, don't forget these last two that we left in there as loose, just so we didn't lose the screws. Might be good practice to get those in first. So total time, start to finish for this job, should be about 30 minutes or so. Shouldn't take much longer than that. And all you need is a Phillips screwdriver and a Allen wrench or a hex key, whatever you want to call it. And those should be the only two tools that you need. The K&N Air filters, which I replaced. I basically upgraded the stock filters. It's supposed to give better horsepower and also better gas, so should get even better than 40 miles per gallon, which my 1000RR gets roughly between 38 and 41. So that's driving as spiritedly as you can imagine. So, all right, just tightening the last ones down now. And the last one. Okay. All right, we are all tight. So now we're going to put the rest of this back together. So we're going to take off the board here. I'll get a little closer. So we take out the board. And the gas tank will go back. See, it just wobbles back and forth, just swivels. And now what we're gonna do is, so it's actually not fully down right now. It's resting on these, so let's grab my two hands here. And now we'll insert some screws for the gas tank. So there's two screws holding the gas tank on. One here and one on the other side. Right there. You may have to play around with it to get the right height in the screw to make sure it lines up with the gas tank. All right, got one side in and lined up. Once you got the height for one side, the other side should be a snap. All right. So now the gas tank is secured. I'll tighten that pretty good. All right, now in the very beginning of your first step, you're basically gonna have to take off the tank cover. So now we're gonna put that back on. And just for reference, you do not have to take any of the side fairings off. I did that because I'm doing some other modifications to the bike. So, and one of which is definitely changing my coolant over here, because that is as black as it can get. So now we'll attach the top of this, and if you notice around the gas tank, it's very snug here. So when you're taking this off to work on the bike, it's probably gonna stick because they put some glue underneath here. So don't be afraid, you're not gonna crack anything. Just kind of pull on it, and then you will hear some cracking, but that's the old glue. So don't be scared. So just kind of wiggle the top on. Make sure that you get around the rubber portion of the gas tank. Then it should work. Okay. Now the next step is to put there's two screws for the bottom, which are underneath the driver's seat. So we're changing out these two screws, this one here and this one here. And then the other screws are up in the front, which I'll get to in a second. Okay, now the last screws, which are here in the front. So we're gonna put the screw right in here, right up in front. So we got one screw here and one on the other side. So I'm gonna replace that real quick, and we are nearly done. Alright, and this should be about done.